at war with dust. What do you say to those like Aaron Mate, who, although otherwise sympathetic to leftist causes, consider Ukraine a proxy war to benefit defense contractors and the U.S. military-industrial complex? I think Aaron Mate, he's one of the people that turns my stomach because he's always apologizing for these reactionary right-wing governments like Assad's Syria or Putin's Russia. And he's a campist. He's supporting anybody who's in opposition to the U.S. or in conflict with the U.S., no matter how reactionary they are. We can't choose one camp against another. I mean, the so-called multipolar world that they are promoting and extolling is really an inter-imperialist conflict between one bloc led by China with Russia on its side and countries like Iran in one loose bloc, and then the West, NATO, and the US on the other. And we should not be on either side. We should be on the side of the workers, the oppressed, the exploited, international socialism, and support people who rise up against these reactionary regimes. And Aaron Mate doesn't do that. He supports counter-revolutionaries as long as they are opposed to the US. And those politics at core are reactionary. So what do I say to Aaron Mate? He should go to Ukraine and talk to the trade unionists and the feminists and the environmentalists and the socialists and see why they support the armed resistance to Russia's invasion and why they are not a bunch of neo-Nazis like people like him claim, which is, absurd when you think about it. The country is led by a Jewish president, Zelensky. The defense minister is a Crimean Tatar Muslim. The governor who's appointed of Odessa is a Korean Ukrainian. In their parliament, they have a Rwandan Ukrainian who happens to be an Olympic medalist. That's why he got into parliament. But, Ukraine is ethnically diverse. There is a nationalist right that, is all about Ukraine and nobody else. But they're tiny. They're smaller than any right in anywhere else in Europe. When they ran in 2019, their presidential candidate got 1.56% in the first round, which eliminated him for the second round, where Zelensky beat the more nationalist Poroshenko, 75% to 25%. And then in their parliamentary slate, the coalition of right-wing parties got 2.15% for their slate, which meant they were well below the 5% threshold to get proportional representation. Look at our country. The Trump hardcore, the racist hardcore is at least 30%. ADF, the Alternative for Germany, is AFD, is threatening to take power, particularly in former East Germany. You got Le Pen in France. You got Mercolini, maybe whoever's head of Italy right now comes out of a party that descended from Mussolini. The guy in the Netherlands, also a right-winger. And these right-wingers have built their base on scapegoating immigrants, and now they're scapegoating environmentalists who they say are raising the cost of living with their climate action. So the far right is a problem, but Ukraine it's not where the problem is. It's in, throughout Western Europe and the United States. And the far right in those countries, they're the ones that align with Mate's friends like Putin and Assad in Syria. So I would say Mate needs to, talk to grassroots movements in these countries that are fighting oppression. And hopefully he's enough of a conscience left that he will see what they're about, and they are the left he should support.